radio show. I was going to say Sidewalk Cinema. Thinking
Man, I
about
just
the
started
bit.
recording when you said that was a great radio show. You can start
Okay.
running it back one more time.
Shout out to Sleep In Cinema, man. That was a really great radio show. It was a really fun opportunity. That was different.
No, I still like some good guys.
Yeah, they are. So the gentleman with the big beard, Gareth, he works with Kiana. He's known her since she's been at UAB. And then Craig, the other guy, is his co-host. And so Kiana was telling not Craig, but damn, Gareth. I don't know why that just slipped me so crazy right now. She was telling Gareth about just my podcast, and he was so gracious enough to want me to come on. And afterwards, we chopped it up.
Love.
Yeah, it was love, bro. It was a great conversation. They were thoroughly impressed with the production value that we put into our videos, which I told them I have nothing to do with.
Yes, you do. You got a lot to do with it now.
I have a lot to do with nothing, guys. All right, look at both cameras when I say I have a lot to do with nothing. All right, I sit here and I talk. But, I guess this week really showed me that like a lot of that stuff that we've been doing is just paying off, man.
Mm-hmm.
It really felt like a lot of stuff paying off with the new podcast that we'll be shooting. That radio interview on Saturday, and then I had another one on Monday.
Booked and busy.
Man, booked and busy. Went to Vibe Tribe Wednesday night. Had to be there for that. It feels good to be booked and busy and actually mean it, though. That shit kind of fire, bro.
Yeah.
It's kind of fire.
What's next coming up then?
We got that meeting coming up with Dre. He actually hit me back for the party bus. He want to do that.
Oh, yeah. What time?
Wednesday. I told him we'll tell him a time.
Okay, cool.
So we can map it out based on our day. So we got that coming up. We got some other stuff coming. We got another video shoot this Friday, another podcast shoot. We got another episode coming out Thursday, every Thursday. I'm going to try to make it so it's Thursday at 3 o'clock, just so we can start putting the time on there as well.
Okay.
I think that's
some commitment.
It is. And I said the episode last week was going to come out at 3, and the way that the processing happened, it came out at like 3:31. I was like, son of a bitch. God damn it. I didn't think about the fact that once you like get it done and get it uploaded, that like it got a process and upload it too. I was like, okay, well. So that, which probably means I should probably do the episodes Wednesday and schedule them for 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Just in case anything comes up.
Yeah, but I'm a procrastinator.
When you first started doing all this, Kerry, you just taught. Now you edit. So you producing, you editing, directing, the whole 9 yards. You scheduling, you doing everything. Really everything.
I've never really think about it like that, but yeah.
What's been like the biggest hurdle for you?
Not giving in to my demons of procrastination. Procrastination is my biggest demon. So not giving in to that has been hard, I can say. Certain videos, I know that probably need to be edited a little bit more. I'll mess around and wait till Thursday morning to start editing. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, because in my mind, I'm like, oh, all I got to do is, I already got my template now. I can just put the video into my template, shift down the intro, shift out the exit, and, throw on a couple edits, put the little hand claps on there, and I'll be good. But, for instance, like the episode coming out this week with the barber, I got to watch that all the way through to make sure ain't nothing that need to be taken out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a little wild.
It was a wild episode. So we got to watch all of that to make sure some stuff ain't got to be taken out because we want to protect people. Me. Me.
Particularly.
But yeah, man.
Hardest thing about editing so far?
Man, lip syncing. That shit's stupid. That shit's stupid, gang. I hate them episodes where I got to run that. Because, like, I get to a point of I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. Mm-hmm. So, like, now that I've been editing for a while, I can tell when it's off just by a little bit, and it bothers me. And I'm like, oh, I got to fix it. But it's like the way that CapCut works, I got to chop out pieces here and there to make it work. So it's like getting to know that material has also been cool and weird, but dope. Yeah.
So since we got this busy month going on, like, what's something you want to try to schedule or do next? You have any plans you want to get ready for in the future?
Can I be real honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
Something that's very important to me that needs to be done sooner than later is having a team dinner. Regardless if, like, I know I said taking y'all out to a nice restaurant, but the way my checking and my savings set up.
Oh, we go to
I can barbecue at the house.
We can go to
Go. I said barbecue at the house.
Oh.
Did you just hear me? I'm putting some hot dogs out there for y'all.
Holiday. Yeah, we go to Sam's. Yeah.
Oh God, nah, I'm talking shit. But in all actuality, that's something that's very important for me right now, because without y'all, in my opinion, and this is just how I see it, without y'all, I can't be me at all. There's no me without you. There's no me without Kiera posting. It's no me without Kiera actually going and coming behind and getting BTS stuff that both of us probably wouldn't have never got. There's no me without you showing up with cameras, having this space to make available to me. So like, it's important for me to show gratitude to the people who like make me who I am. So like, although y'all say I do the hard part of being on camera and being the one on the forefront of it, I think wholeheartedly without y'all there is no this. So
I appreciate that.
Ain't no thing, man.
I mean, you make it easy, especially since you edit now. You make life real easy now.
Yeah, all you gotta do is show up and press a few buttons.
Just
It's funny as hell.
Look at this screen.
Yeah. I know your day was like when I see it, I was going. You was like, oh God, thank you.
Man, I promise. I got so used to like editing videos that now when I see it pop up on my YouTube page, I'm like, I don't remember doing this, but
Damn,
that's right.
funny.
Carrie does.
Yeah.
So that's just been like a weight lifted out my shoulder. So I definitely appreciate. I need to take you out to eat. So.
I don't do that, man. I don't deserve it, man. Nah, man, y'all deserve it, man. Y'all deserve to be taken care of, man. That's why when we start getting this TVH money going, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna have a company dinner.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming, bro.
It's coming.
I was talking to my brother earlier today and kind of just telling him some of the stuff we got going on. And he said, damn, bitch, you ain't gonna need to find a job soon. And I was like, bro, that was the plan, is to try to figure out how to make this shit make money before that time came. Obviously, we ain't figured out how to make 92 grand for me and you yet, but you know what I'm saying?
Any part of you regret making the decision that you made?
To leave my job?
Yeah.
All the time. All the time. No, and I'm not gonna say it's a regret. It's more of a, what did I do? Like, are you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially now that we coming closer and closer to when I'm just not gonna be getting paid what I get paid now, and it's kind of like I've been having a lot of reflecting moments of like just being real with myself. Like, I had a whole career with the federal government for 12 years, and it provided me with a life that people my age don't get to see until they in their 40s, in my opinion. In my real life opinion, the things that I've obtained, the life that I live, the way that the comfort that my wife and I have, and the ability to do certain things, most people my age don't get to do that till they like in their late 30s, going into their 40s, is what I assume. So like, I've been afforded that privilege. I've been afforded the privilege to travel in our country and see it all. Make a name for myself, really have a real career to stand on. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I heard the other day that this guy, looks like a random podcast I watch about work, and this guy was talking about how he was a senior advisor after 12 years, and I was like, dang, I'm at that point that I didn't work somewhere 12 years to be a senior advisor.
I haven't been nowhere more than 5 years, so that's crazy.
Yeah, really.
Hibbets. 5 years.
Hibbets is insanity.
That was it.
Yeah. Well, in retrospect, like, I worked for the agency for 12 years, but I never did a job longer than a year. So like, up until still to this day, the longest I've ever held one deployment was 1 year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you
So
been deployment longer than that.
No, we weren't allowed to deploy longer than 50 weeks for
Gotcha.
a deployment.
Yeah.
So like, I've never worked anywhere longer than that, other than that last job I just had in Anniston, which I think that ended up being like a year and 2 months. I think that was the longest I've ever worked for the same place.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but knowing you've been around, you are a party guy.
yeah, man. I like
So
the party.
do you think that lifestyle is gonna change?
Nah, I'm still like the party, man. I just gotta figure out a way to fund partying, because I like to go out and just have a good time, man.
You like to host?
I like to host. I really love hosting parties, bro.
Why is that?
That's a really good question. I think that the reason why I like to host it's probably having a lot to do that when we were growing up, we got to a certain point in life where like my parents entertained a lot. You know what I'm saying? My mom and them had like random kickbacks, and I would always come out of my room and like be the life of the party for like the few minutes that they let me like coexist in grown folks' business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just, come out, have a lot to say and shit like that. And I don't know. I've always liked parties. I don't know. Like even when I moved to Washington D.C. and I joined my fraternity, the only thing that I knew about a fraternity is that at some point or another I got to go to a real party.
What makes a good party?
The vibe. It's all about the vibe, man. If you can create a good vibe at a party, you can not have enough liquor and it'll still be a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll never forget this, bro. My very, very first party that I was at, that we hosted at our frat house that I attended, right? The very first one, we threw a rave in the house, right? We like got like glow in the dark paint. We bought a bunch of black lights, like all kind of stuff like that, right? So one of my frat brothers, halfway through the party, I'm downstairs like dancing with a bunch of folks, like got downstairs live, right? And he tapped me on the shoulder and he tell me, bro, I would pay you to host parties for me. He said, you need to be paid for how good you do at this setting. And I remember that, and I just like, you know what I'm saying, put that in the bank. You know what I'm saying? The mental bank of like somebody thinks that I'm whatever I am enough to like pay me to run a party or host a party. So like I've always had that in the back of my mind. So like at parties, I've always been that, I don't know, man. I'm greeting everybody. I'm shaking. I'm moving. The song come on. I'm the one that know the lyrics. I'm singing the loudest. You know what I'm saying? When it's shot o'clock, I'm bringing in the people who talking about they don't drink. You taking a shot with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm persuasive. I'm persuasive in a non-manipulative way, I think. But at the same time, I also know that's like a gift and a curse. Because like I can persuade people to do stuff you ain't got no business doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to my own detriment, it'll be because I want to have fun. So I persuade you to have fun, do something you got no business doing with me. And you know what I'm saying? Now I got you in some shit.
What's that song that when it comes on at the party, you know it's like, oh, it's gonna get lit? Because for me, it's that Young Dolph. I don't, these niggas, they shady.
These bitches just
wanna
wanna have my baby.
Born in the 80s, crack baby. When that when that comes on, I know, oh, we finna have a good time.
If a Future song come on that like me and one of my homeboys standing next to each other and they come on, it's over with.
Oh, any
it's
Future.
Over with. Either that or it used to be in my frat days. Shout out to my nigga Nathan, man. It used to be Ultralight Beam.
Ooh.
And the reason why it was Ultralight Beam, because that's not really a party song. You know that, right?
You pulled that out of nowhere. That's why I was like, what?
But me and my boy Nate used to but we used to recite the lyrics during a party. Like when that song come on, it's me and him, no matter where the fuck we are in the party. You will hear him on like one side of the house and I'll be on the other side of the house. When they come for you, I will shield your name. And we'll just come up to each other, dap up real soon. No one can judge. They don't know. But that was just our thing, every party. And like, I was single back then, so I say it was like almost like a serenation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was almost like a serenation. Like they just start popping out the woodwork. Like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? These two niggas, you know, when you get a good hand clap between two niggas, it's like the synergy in the room go to 20,000. But that was just our thing, man. So like them two songs, like that, and just any Future song, like my Savages. If me and my boys together and my Savages come on. It's over with. It's over with.
Man.
March Madness.
You bringing back some memories, bro.
It's over with.
Like if money was an issue, like I really would love to like, I know this sound wild, and I say this now, but I know when I get home, be in the bed, sleep. But I would love like to go out like at least like once a week, just for the vibes, just for the good times. Like
so when you say go out, like be in them streets, or like just go like to a restaurant and get a couple drinks with the fellas or something like that, or like actually be outside.
It don't have to be outside per se, but like
Kind of like the vibe I had last night. Me and the fellas just out getting a few drinks, watching
Something
the
like
game.
that, yeah.
But we was out at the bar actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like just music playing, TV on, drinks out,
Having a good
laughing,
time.
just just ha ha he he.
Yeah. I think as especially as a father, and don't when I say this, I don't mean that women don't deserve this. Women and wives and moms don't deserve this. But what I say is, like, I think men need that time to be around their homies to decompress. Because when you're around your homies and you talking about just certain shit that's just going on in your life right then, it kind of take you to a point of like, not to say like your home is not a safe space, but when you talking to your boys about something serious, it's a super safe space.
It's just something different.
Especially when y'all got drinks flowing and then the nigga say, hey man, and then everybody kind of turn that attention to get that real serious face. You know, I know you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, for those few minutes where you can get your friends to be serious, it's some real shit that go on right there, and you can decompress a lot. So like, I don't miss an opportunity to decompress or go out somewhere. In fact, it's at the point now where I feel like it has to be a part of my job to be out and about now, for real, for real. Like, if I'm gonna be successful in this, people have to know my face. People have to see me. So like, I'm outside.
I seen that not meme, but that thing when ladies talk about they know everything about each other, and men probably don't even know like their best friend's first name and all that kind of stuff. But I like how you first said it's not the fact that we don't want to know or don't care. I think it's just like the safe space.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes like you just don't want to just like talk about everything serious. You want to just kind of like decompress because making so many life decisions, so many like goals and stuff. We just try to think about the future. Is that it's always good when we just don't have to think, and we can be around somebody that can just chill and vibe.
Yeah. And I think oftentimes as men, and again, no slight to women, but our brains are on a little bit more. Because like, for instance, when you go out with your wife and your kids, like your wife not thinking about like, oh, let me make sure he parked the car in a position that if there's a somebody attacking us, that he can get us safely in the car and pull off. Or like when we walk into a store, I look for exits. I look for people who look suspicious. I pay attention to that kind of stuff. When we go to the car, I open up both the girls' car door. Just, you know what I'm saying? We always head on the swivel.
And I don't think that's an insult, because a lot of women want to turn their brain off when they're around that man.
Yeah. And that's kudos to us for creating a safe space where they can do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it bothers the fuck out of me because like, why are you asking me like just certain questions? Like, why are you asking me that? I laugh sometimes at Kiana because we're gonna have to edit her name out. She don't want me to tell her name more.
Okay.
But I laugh at the wife because she'll be able to solve some of the most complex issues with her job in such an easy way. But then she'll call me when I'm not with her while she's trying to find a parking spot and be like, baby, do you know where a parking spot is over here? Or where a lot is that I can park it in this area? Yeah. And it's like, granted, I appreciate that I make this safe to you that you want to call me to help you with that. But nigga, I ain't got nothing for you. I don't know what the situation is. Like, I know a couple of parking spots over there, but like, it's a baseball game going on. I don't know what's available whatsoever. I couldn't tell you. Yeah. There's no telling. So it's like moments like that is like, all right, like, come on, bro. Like, and then like she'll have the nerve to get an attitude with me because I don't answer the question. It's like, come on, bro. Like, what do you want me to do here? Like,
impossible.
Yeah, you want me to like be like, oh, like it's a parking spot always there. If you go down like 2 blocks on the left hand side, they always miss. It's a spot right. I ain't got that for you right now, bro. And then it's like I'm out and about with my homeboys. I can't have no fun going on in the background. I can't be having a good time and you pissed off about parking. But at the same time, like, again, it feels good to know that I done created that space for my lady, that like she believes that I can fix that for her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, of course, this is no shot at anybody. It's just your lifestyle, what you go through, your experience. But you think it's harder being a dad/husband nowadays than it was back then?
In certain aspects, yes, because just starting with the first part, being a dad. Being a dad is harder now. And I ain't gonna say it's harder. I think the expectation to step up to the plate is higher now. You don't get the same luxury of just because you the man of the house, taking care of the kids ain't none of your responsibility. That's not the world we live in anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Women will leave they niggas for that shit like that now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women will leave you for not being there and not and to their side, it is kind of whack. It is kind of whack.
Yeah.
Like, if we can really put that into perspective, it is kind of whack that just because you are the man of the house, you don't have to do nothing. And, like, especially if you live in a space where, like, y'all got a lot going on, it's a lot to be done, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And not to say that I'm the king of getting shit done, because I'm far from that. But, like, understanding that in a relationship, niggas miss that completely, bro. And that's why, like, people who say, like, oh, that shit not hard. Like, no, nigga, you're not doing enough. Is what in actuality is. Your girl is having to, not only is the fact she going 50-50 with you on the bills, which is already a little wild, because if I had it my way, Kiana wouldn't pay for shit. Again, wifey wouldn't pay for shit. It's really her choice. But, like, she got to go 50-50 with you on the bills. You want a meal on the table when you get home, and you expect not to clean up either. Like, really think about that. Just because you're a dude, really think about that. And, like, dudes that argue that point really kind of blow my mind, because, like, what are you really doing in your life that make you feel like you're that valuable as a man, bro? Other than the fact that you have a dick, bro, what makes you think you're that valuable? Cause, like, I know people right now that truly believe that when they get with a girl, that she's supposed to be completely servient to him, and, like, supposed to.
You know people like that right now?
Yeah, I know niggas who think that right now, that don't have none of the motion to go with that.
Ooh.
And it bothers me, because it's like, my nigga, what are you don't go gym every day. You don't stick to your own caloric deficit or your diet, so you don't have no form of, I can show you how disciplined I am as a man. So you don't have that. You work at a boring, lame-ass job, which, again, bro, ain't nothing wrong with having a boring, lame-ass job, but you don't have motion at work, bro. You are a number on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, bro, where do you get off feeling like this? Your crib is a mess. Your car is a mess. Your car stink. Your shoe, like, you know what I'm saying? Your fingernails are dirty. Like, shit like that really, like, what is going on in your head?
You ain't no high value man. Like,
no,
why you acting like it?
Like, you're not a high value man to be expecting these things from these women. And then it's like, what she bring to the table? Nigga, if you do it right, a lot. If you do what you're supposed to do as a man for real, a woman brings so much to the fucking table, and it's nothing gonna be physical. You're not gonna see none of it happen. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna have a happy home. You're gonna come home to that dinner that you think you deserve. It's gonna actually be on the table. You know what I'm saying? If you actually get your ass up and help with the kids, you're gonna get some coochie without asking for it. And niggas be in these relationships, man, my chick ain't fucking, because you ain't fucking doing shit. You a fucking bum. You sitting in your own fucking house thinking like to yourself, I have to babysit my kids. No, nigga, them your kids, nigga. Watch your kids. Let your girl go out. Niggas be nervous because, like, yeah, she gonna go out. She gonna be with the city girls. No, nigga, if you marry a good woman, the only thing she worried about is being a fucking housewife.
That's a lot of insecurity.
Yeah, it's a lot of insecurities that come up with these bum-ass dudes. It's because you're a bum that you have insecurities.
It's hard to keep those friends around you, honestly.
It's hard to keep them friends around you, bro. And it's like, and it's also hard to explain to your homie that he a bum.
Because they don't see it.
They don't see it. And then it's like, I ain't even finna get too deep into that shit, because it'll start sounding real specific,
so
bro.
Somebody gonna be like, hold on. What,
on God. And it ain't no slight to nobody, even if you feeling like I'm talking about you. Because if you feel that way, you probably are a bum and you just ain't admitted it to yourself yet. Because, like, what's offensive about doing what you're supposed to do as a husband?
But men have too much pride. They feel like, what you mean I'm not doing X, Y, and Z? I know I'm doing the best I can.
No, you're not.
I mean, they're not, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the problem. Niggas don't like to hold the mirror up and look at that shit and be like, damn, I'm really am probably a low value ass nigga. Like my 2K rating say 99, but I'm really like a 71, 72. And you know, I had to shout out 2K. It came out the other day, man. Nigga a 72 in real life, but you bought all this VC and you a 99. You know what I'm saying? But in actuality, you ain't worked on none of your attributes. You ain't consistently been working on your jump shot to make it a 99. You paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's so funny you brought up 2K. I just seen Lady talk about how she loved it when her man's at the house and he's been doing good lately. So she gonna make him a 2K care package.
Love that.
Like the game, VC, snacks,
She getting her shit crushed that night. Fuck a crack. She getting crushed.
So, and you know, she just came on there on a whim. So just hearing what you're saying, like, if you do right by your woman, she'll do right by you.
Yes, bro. That shit be blowing my mind when niggas don't understand why they relationship hell and you also like don't do shit for your girl that's like of value. Who gives a fuck if you get her and pay for a vacation or you pay all the bills? In the world that I live in, that's your job to pay the bills as the man, bro. You supposed to provide. When men and women were together at one point or another, the women could not provide. So as a man, that is your only job. And then once you get home, she taking care of house and home. But nigga, we are not living in the same times anymore.
No.
Your girl ain't got a garden outside that she can pick fresh greens for you and put that meal together. It's not the same. And then half of these niggas only want wings all the time anyway. You want a hot piece, you want a 10-piece hot lemon pepper, Cajun ranch, them fries, lemon pepper that wing, you know what I'm saying? Kiki poo my punch. But you don't want to fucking like righteously take your girl to the store. Put some groceries in the refrigerator. Fill her tank up. I drove my wife's car here today so I can make sure her tank filled up for next week. Wash her car. Like, niggas think that just because you go to work that you've done enough as a man. Fuck no. Like, I don't get it.
What you mean? I pay for her nails and hair. They ain't good.
Fuck
enough?
no. Like, niggas think that because you throw money at, you've solved the situation just because you've thrown money at it. That's bullshit.
I sometimes wonder, and I mean, I know it has to be,
Yeah.
but like, what type of trauma? And I know one thing about this generation. We always like to trauma dump. We like to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, hold on, we gotta cut this part out.
You good. I think a lot of people try to let they let their actions be validated through their trauma. And it's like, and it's almost like they allow the trauma to win.
Yeah.
Like the trauma's winning, so like I don't have to change because I'm traumatized.
Yeah.
And you use it as an excuse or a crutch rather than saying, I need to work on me and figure out the things that are causing me these trauma responses so that when it's time to have a trauma response, instead of having a trauma response, I have a thought, I have an idea, and a formulated understanding of a situation and how to move instead of just having a trauma response.
We love the victim blame.
Yeah, niggas love the victim blame. And then on top of that, a lot of the times, and this is like, I can be a perfect example of it, and I don't mind being it. A lot of the times men are being raised by women and don't fully understand their emotions and the difference between a logical move, an emotional move, and a combination of the both, right? So it took me to go to therapy to understand when I'm being more emotional than logical. It took me having millions of conversations with just meeting people all the time, different people, walks of life, and having a conversation about logical thinking. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a minute to get to this point. But like, bro, a lot of niggas be moving off their emotions and call it a real nigga move. And it's like, nah, bro, you low-key tender-hearted. Like, perfect example is Rampage Jackson's son.
Oh, yeah.
Right? He jumped in the ring and beat that man damn near to death over a situation that they talked about. The man apologized for, and they even created a way for him to get his get back in a way that made sense that everybody's safe.
Oh, they did?
They did. So if you watch it, I watched everything about this because I was so blown away by it, right? And I'm gonna tell you why I was so blown away by it. I seen Raja maybe 3-4 months ago for the first time in a match, in an amateur match. And he did amazing. And I was like, damn, that nigga's a chip off the old block.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. And then I seen another clip of him in Rampage Jackson sparring. And I was like, see, and I even showed it to the wife, and I was like, see, this is why I can't have a son, because we'll be doing shit like that. They was sparring, they was wrestling, slamming the fuck out of each other. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, I like that. I love that relationship. But then I seen this clip of him beating this nigga to death, and I'm like, damn, I got to see more, because I got to understand what's going on, because this is obviously something happened. That's a mental thing. Oh, you don't unload on a person like that knowing what you know about combat sports. Like I've done combat sports. So like you when you do combat sports, people who know how to fight don't fight for real, because you know what you really capable of, and you know how to diffuse a situation, because you know what it takes to take it there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for that situation to go from this man hit you in the head with the can, said to you, oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was a show because I seen the cameras, I seen this, I seen that, and I thought this was a part of the show. So, A, you didn't react off the rip anyway. You know what I'm saying? Mm. You could have reacted right away when he hit you if you was that angry about it, but he didn't react. Then the man sat down and gave him the most authentic apology. Hey, man, I'm really sorry. I thought you were a part of the show and this was an act. I didn't know. Shook his hand. So you shook this man's hand, and then his manager come up and say, hey, man, we know that went right. We want to make it right with you. How about, you know what I'm saying, during the match, you slide in, get your get back, get a good takedown from him, you know what I'm saying, and we'll make it look good. That was the agreement. So this motherfucker on the sideline talking to his chat saying, chat, I know wrestling scripted, but what I'm finna do to this guy is not finna be scripted. He not finna get away with that. He said that on the stream. And you almost killed this man. That's premeditated murder, dumbass. That's premeditated. That's what it sounds like when somebody premeditates a murder. And he jumped in and went to work on that man. This nigga was asleep for 2 days. Also, sleeping for 2 days sounds so good right now. But sleep for 2 days. So, like, that's a perfect example of somebody who's not raised to learn how to, what is an emotional response and what is a logical response. So if you logically felt like you are being mistreated and all of these things, and this man is treating you like a bitch, then your first thing that came to your mind should have been attack on sight when he hit you. But the fact that you waited showed that you weren't sure of your emotions in that moment. And then later on you stewed on it. So you allowed your emotions to fluster out of control to the point where you couldn't control your mouth because you talked about beating this man half to death, and then you went in there and did it. So you couldn't control your body. So little boys in our society are suffering from that same thing on a regular basis. Somebody say something to them that they feel disrespected by, and instead of handling it like a man with your fist right there on the spot, they go home and they stew on that shit. I ain't like how that nigga talked to me. I ain't like how that made me feel as a man. And then now you go home, you done found out where to get a blick from, you go and blick that man down because you don't know how to handle your own emotions. And now we done have lost 2 lives in the black community, yours and his, because you didn't know how to handle your emotions. That's a problem. We don't suffer from violence. We suffer from a lack of understanding how to carry out your emotions. If men know how to deal with our real emotions, we wouldn't have as much violence. Mm-hmm. We would learn how to talk about it. You know what, bro? I ain't like the way you hit me across the head with that can, bro. I wasn't here for that. I was here for a show. I was here because I love wrestling. I love the things that y'all got going on here professionally, but that didn't vibe with me. I'ma leave. That's how you handle that. I'm gonna leave. And then after the clip was off, I'm tired of people treating me like a bitch because you are a bitch. That's a bitch mentality. That was a bitch move. Everything about that was bitch made. And I know as you little motherfuckers sitting there at home talking about I would have did the same thing. You're a bitch too. That's what it looks like to be a bitch. You don't know how to handle your emotions. Men used to call niggas bitches because you acting like a what? A chick. Women do shit that's emotional like that. And then on top of that, I know like 50, 60 women who would have never done something so emotional like that. That's bitch-made mentality. You don't get raised by a real man and then turn out to be a bitch like that. I think that was the most mind-blowing part about that. I'm tired of people treating me like a bitch. Well, based on the last 15 minutes of your stream, you are a bitch, sir. No matter how many muscles you get, no matter how many takedowns you learn, no matter how much Krav Maga you can learn, if your heart is in the mentality of being a bitch, you're gonna be a bitch until you learn how to handle them emotions. A real man knows how to handle his emotions in any situation.
First of all, I can tell that you've been
Stewing on this.
Yeah,
shit.
sit on that for a minute. Pause. that was a lot. What you said is though was very impactful because I do agree that a lot of us don't know how to control our emotions, and whether that comes from parenthood, not paying attention, whatever. Like it's just not coming. I know you don't have a son, but even still having a daughter, like is that something that you would like to give her for as like a tradition or a trait you would like to make sure she has as she gets older?
Yeah, it's gonna be controlling her anger because I'm a very angry person. I react, but it takes a lot to control that, and I see that in my daughter now. I see how she react to certain stuff. Mm-hmm. I'll see, like, for instance, perfect example is her doing her homework. If she don't get an answer right on the first 2 times, it'll piss her off. Not like I'm frustrated I don't know the answer, but pissed off because why? And so, like, stuff like that, you have to understand, like, and see that, mark it, and then know to go back to it and take care of that kind of stuff. Because then you just release another person into the world that don't know how to handle their emotions. Mm-hmm. And as a parent, like, as a father especially, I want to make sure my daughter can handle her emotions because I don't want her to get around some dumbass dude and lose her shit. He lose his shit and he put his hands on her because now it's another body out there. I'm not trying to go pick up. It's going to be a sad day for the Birmingham community because they're going to lose a good one in me because it's over with. I don't put my hands on my daughter. Why in the fuck do you think that's cool for you two, boy? Man. And then the crazy thing is, bro, I'm so touched in the head. If he got a daddy, I'm gonna go beat your daddy ass too afterwards. When I get done with you, I'm gonna go find your daddy and put them things to him too. Cause that probably means he been popping on your mama since you been a kid and got that ingrained in your head that they think that's okay. So your daddy need his ass whooped too. I'm gonna beat that ass too.
The family tree gonna get it.
On God. I don't play about that shit. Domestic violence, I don't play about that shit. Yeah. That's some of the most pussy shit I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. It's a nigga I went to high school with. One of my sisters told me he be putting his hands on her homegirl. I seen that nigga a couple weeks at a birthday party, bro. It took everything in me not to slap the shit out of that nigga, man. That's bitch made mentality. And I see why you like that. You skinny, you small, you don't go no gym. You go no gym as a man, you have no discipline.
No, that's one thing I love about Micah. Like Vibe Street, like he don't play about it. He don't play either way. Both sides. He like, no, we're not touching each other. We're not fighting over here. Like, why? Why you put, especially black women? Why you putting your hands on a black woman?
On that queen?
Like,
what the fuck? And then again, goes back to what I said. Why you can't control yourself enough to not put your hands on a woman, my nigga? And it's like, and then on top of that, he a small dick. I'm like, bro, you got little man syndrome on top of that, bro. And then go gym. Go take care of that.
Is this something you said some lot of? I don't think it's controversial, but with today's age, ain't no telling what other people might think.
Yeah.
But then, like, what do you think is like the most? What's something you believe that most people might disagree with you with?
Simping over ain't nothing wrong with simping over your girl. If she's your girl and y'all like either married or y'all locked in forever, I think there's nothing wrong with simping over your girl. In fact,
I didn't know that was a thing. Like
simping.
If it's your girl.
Yeah, I don't know. Niggas will still be with girls and still think they're like not simping. Like, I'm not finna do all that for like that to me, that's wild. But that's just me. I'm simping, I'm tricking over mine. And I think the thing is, what niggas don't understand about that when I say that is because they don't know what it's like to be with somebody who actually deserves all of those things. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Niggas just be with bodies and not with a body and a mind and a spirit. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get in tune with mind, body, and spirit if you want to have a real partner. Mm-hmm. So, like, my partner, like, shorty gonna get the world from me and more. Mm-hmm. Simp over me. I simp. Fuck it. Simp. Give a fuck.
You married? You've been married for? You just had an anniversary.
Yes, sir.
7 years.
7 big ones.
Daughter had a birthday not too long ago.
6 big ones.
Ooh, life is podcast going great. Me and people been great. All these things is going on with your life. What is one small thing that could instantly make your life better?
Finding a job tonight. Keep my career going. Because, like, it's kind of crazy that we towards the end of this whole, you know what I'm saying, me leaving my job thing. And I remember when we was talking about this at Rochelle's and, like, being like, September, a long way away, bro. We can get a lot done.
Man, it felt forever then.
Yeah. And like I said from the beginning, bro, it's a little scary not having a job just yet. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a few nights as of recently. I wake up in the middle of the night and be like, fuck. Like, because the way I look at it now, bro, my whole life will be turned on its head if I don't find a job by the end of September.
Mm-hmm.
My life is expensive. Not to say that, like, you know what I'm saying, like I'm doing all this extra shit, but my life is just expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in a position where I've been able to afford certain things, so I've moved my life accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, not being able to afford them things, like, my life, like, changed drastically, and it's kind of scary a little bit because I've never known what that's like without having a backup plan that's going to pay me as much or more. So, like, that's scary as fuck. Like, I was explaining to one of my boys last night, I pay $1,000 in cars alone. Alone, I pay $1,000 in cars.
Gosh, yeah.
And so it's like, you know,
Yeah. we ain't even talking about just bills.
yeah, I haven't said a singular bill. That's just $1,000 in cars, cell phone power bill, and groceries is another rack.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't even got to talking about streaming services, gym memberships, hair done, wife hair done, my hair getting cut, gas in the cars. We ain't even covered that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that freaked me the fuck out. Credit card bills, shit like that, that freaked me the fuck out. Because in actuality, I need like $4,000 a month after taxes to like stay where I'm at and keep the life that I got going. And that's a lot of dough. Like, if we can just keep it real, that's most niggas don't know jobs, right? That you can name right now and be like, oh yeah, you can go apply here, bro, and you can definitely make. Nah,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the scary part of it. But what I can say is, like, I had this moment the other day. I always tell Kiana this: when I get real fried out of my mind, I get real honest with myself. And I was like, although you haven't done nothing career-wise, you've done something with your life. And you're doing something with the thing that brings you joy right now. And the podcast is like, I'm gonna take this from what's my lady name at Jake's Cafe, man? It's Christina. Mm-hmm. Christina said, a lot of people have passions and people will make decisions off of their passion. But sometimes people have a calling, and that's when you start to make things roll with a calling. Yeah. And so, like, I feel like this is my calling to do this podcast. And it's almost like everything that's happening in the way that dominoes are falling into place, it's almost like opening the doors for, like, yeah, dude, this is obviously what you're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Because, like, again, we can go back to February when we was just talking about concepts and doing this and that and the third. And now we on our way to next week. We got a meeting with a dude, owner of a party bus, to try to do a collab with him. Got an episode coming up next week with, you know, this barber and this guy and that guy. We done recorded with these people. Some big names here in Birmingham for social media. Mm-hmm. And we've got it done. And so, like, now that the fruits of the labors are starting to grow and starting to bloom from the tree, bro, it's fire. It's fire. So, like, yeah, it's scary on the career side, but on my personal life, bro, I ain't never been happier. I can say that wholeheartedly. I ain't never been this happy as far as my personal life.
That means a lot.
Yeah. My boy last night said, man, you a mogul. I said, damn, that's tough. He said, for real, bro, people in the city know you. He said, man, it was a nigga at my job the other day, and I was standing next to him, and I just watched him scroll, and he scrolled past your podcast, and he said it just kind of made, like, mind-blowing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He was like, granted, he didn't click on it or nothing, but the fact that it came up, he was like, that was crazy. It was like, that's my dog. Like, he coming up on random people algorithm. Even Craig, even Craig was like from the Sidewalk Cinema. Craig was like, it's not Sidewalk Cinema. It's Sleep Cinema. Sleep In Cinema. Yeah.
Sleep In.
Yeah, Sleep In. Craig said, I seen your show before I knew you were a guest.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I was like, that's fire. But he was like, what I wanted to touch on is just like that production value, bro. He was like, it just looks so professional. They can't wait to come up here. I was like, we're gonna definitely do an interview with you guys. And they was like, can't wait. Craig was like, oh my God, I'm so glad you asked. He's like, I didn't want to have to beg. I like that a lot. I really like them a lot, man. I can't wait to go back on the show. They said they're gonna have me back and I can just be there.
I'll come back for part 2.
Yeah, you have to, bro.
I'll sit down part 2 for sure.
Yeah. We talked movies and shit too. It was dope.
Oh, nice.
It was really dope.
Okay, any last words you want to get to people before we sign out?
Man, we signing out with some good shit, man. Stay consistent. I hit 1K story shared today on Instagram. I thought that was fire. That's real fire. So stay consistent, y'all. The fruits of the labor are gonna start to bear. The tree is gonna start to bear fruit of your labor. You just gotta stay consistent, stay working at it. Don't be afraid to be your authentic self, because there's only one you here. I know all of this shit sound cliche, and I think even saying that it sounds cliche is cliche. But at this point, like I really feel like it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Being consistent with this podcast stuff has gotten me in front of people that I don't think I would have never got in front of had we not been this consistent. That's the first thing that people say to us when they say, you know what I'm saying, we've been seeing y'all consistently on the timeline, this, that, and the third. So like we covering all the bases that matter. So now we just need that check. So y'all keep covering them bases, and when that check come, just know that it was for you. You know what I mean?
Tough.
It's your boy K Boogs. We out.
We out.